Today is Saturday, August 27th, 2011. This is Vos de Sueños After Dark, and this episode is rated PG-13 for mild grimdark. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Vos de Sueños After Dark. I'm your host, Vos de Sueños, and today we actually begin something that's not so long and thanks for all the ponies. Now, I said that I would wait until I was done with that to start anything else, but that's not going to happen for two major reasons. One, it's still being written, and two, I found something that I have been waiting for since I joined the Equestria Daily community, which is a grimdark fic of H.P. Lovecraft's The Shadow Over Hoofsmouth. I have been waiting for that. Because I am recording this the night after I put episode 2 up, there really isn't anything to answer, so let's get right into it. The Shadow Over Hoofsmouth 1 by Lurks No More. Chapter 1 Unexpected Inheritance. It was a bright, beautiful August afternoon in Ponyville, and the warm sunlight was making the whole town glow with bright, cheery colors. Vivid pink and warm burgundy red, apple green and sky blue, pumpkin orange and chocolate brown. It was a lovely sight, which made the tall, round spire of a house near the village green stand out like a sore hoof. Usually the most colorful and baroque building in Ponyville, today the Carousel Boutique had been draped with broad ribbons of dull black funerary crepe. 5 ponies and 1 apprehensive-looking dragon were walking up the paved path past the green and towards the black-draped house, a pale yellow Pegasus in the middle of the group.
"Thank you so much for coming with me,"
Fluttershy said.
"I know you must all be very busy, but I just lost my nerve when I saw all that black, and I didn't dare to knock. Oh, I hope nothing bad has happened to Rarity." "It's all right, Sugar Cube," Applejack said in a friendly, calming tone. "It ain't the apple bucking season yet, and until then I'm never too busy to help out a friend."
"She's right, Fluttershy," Twilight Sparkle said. "Besides, I'm sure Rarity's fine. Look at how artfully those ribbons and banners have been hung. Even I can tell it's her work." This seemed to cheer the nervous Pegasus up a little, but her expression remained one of quiet worry. As they approached the front door, they noticed the understated black sign hanging there, written in Rarity's flowing copperplate script in silver ink. Spike, recognizing her writing, let out a sigh of relief that earned him a stern glance from Twilight. "The Carousel Boutique is closed due to death in the family," the sign said. The 5 ponies exchanged somber, serious looks. Even the usually irrepressible Pinkie Pie had a muted look, with a hint of droop in her mane and tail. If Rarity herself was fine, there still was her little sister, and their parents to worry about. It was Rainbow Dash who finally broke the worried silence. "So, are we just going to stand here and fret?" she asked, flitting down onto the doorstep. As Applejack and Twilight nodded in unison, she raised her hoof and banged on the door. "Hey, Rarity, open up, will you? Every pony's here and we're kind of worried about you." After a wait that felt much longer than it actually was, they heard hoofsteps from within. The door opened.
"Oh, come in, my darlings. I'm sorry, I forgot about you completely,"
Rarity said, stepping aside and waving a hoof to invite them in. The interior of the boutique matched the outside perfectly. There were what seemed like miles of black crepe hung along the walls, tied to elaborate black rosettes, the mannequin ponies all covered with black cloth, and several large vases were crammed full of lilies, their funeral scent mixing with the faint odor of incense wafting from somewhere. Rarity herself wore old-fashioned mourning bands on her flanks, crossing her cutie marks, and had plaited her indigo mane and tail in a rather severe, scalloped fashion with numerous black silk ribbons. Yet for all of these signs of mourning, she did not look especially bereaved. "My condolences, Rarity," Applejack said, removing her cowpony hat and giving the unicorn a small bow.
"Who's the relative that passed away, if you don't mind me asking?" "Thank you, Applejack," Rarity said and sighed. "It's my grandmother. I only learned of it this morning." Her horn glowed as she levitated the letter over from a side table. The rest of Rarity's friends gasped at this, and Fluttershy's eyes began to fill with tears.
"Old Silverbell died?"
Dash asked, sounding shocked.
"She chewed me out yesterday for parking a corner of a rain cloud over her garden."
Rarity shook her head quickly.
No, Grandma Silver is fine, thank goodness, she said. It's my other grandmother who has died, Ocean Pearl. I don't think I ever met her, Twilight said carefully. Judging by the confused looks on the faces of her friends, they were thinking the same thing, which was surprising. Applejack in particular had known Rarity since they were both just young fillies. I would be surprised if any of you had, Rarity said. It must be at least 10 years since I last saw her, and she never visited Ponyville to my knowing. Mother and I always went to Canterlot to meet her over dinner at some restaurant or other. She looked thoughtful. Actually, I doubt that Sweetie Belle ever saw her. Mother and Grandmother were not on the best of terms, you see.
So let me get this straight, Dash said. You're closing your shop and putting all this black stuff up like Pinkie Pie throwing a funeral party because a grandmother you haven't seen in ages and who didn't keep in contact with your folks has died? Don't you think that's being a teensy bit overdramatic, Rarity?
The unicorn rolled her eyes.
My dear, there are certain rules of decorum to maintain. Besides, she left me a bequest in her will, so I feel that the least I could do was mourn like a proper lady.
Pinkie Pie had brightened up a bit when it turned out that no pony she'd ever heard about had died, but she still remained subdued. But now, her ears perked up with interest.
A bequest? That's kind of like a present, isn't it, Rarity? She asked. Ha! Well, you might call it that, Pinkie, the unicorn said slowly, unable to stop a faint smile tugging at the corner of her mouth. Yay! I love presents, Pinkie said, looking all cheered up again. So you haven't opened it yet, have you?
Twilight and Applejack exchanged a look. Pinkie, this probably isn't some kind of a big box for you to open, the librarian stated. And even if it was, Rarity wouldn't have it here. This time, Rarity laughed aloud.
Actually, it's a big box, and I have it right there in the back.
She gestured with her horn towards the curtained doorway at the back of the boutique showroom.
Derpy brought it along with the letter this morning. It seems that my grandmother actually died almost a month ago, and they had trouble finding me until now. I was just thinking of how best to open it when you showed up.
And since we have a scene transition here, I think that this is probably a good place to end part 1. And I will just take this moment to say, I know that you guys want lots of so long and thanks for all the ponies, but I thought I'd break it up a little. And besides that, I'm not going to be quite as fast as I have been because I do have a job again. Yay! And also, it occurred to me that I don't know if any of you have read it, but I also write my little enterprise and have kind of been neglecting it, and people are starting to ask where it is. So I spent this morning writing chapter 3 of that. Anyhow, I will be keeping my eyes open for more awesome pony fics that I can intersperse as we wait for more chapters of So Long and Thanks for All the Ponies. And hopefully I should be able to get the next one up fairly soon since it's already recorded, and then I will record Chapter 6. And if you wonderful ponies like what you heard here, let me know, and I will get to editing part 2 of the Shadow Over Hoofsmouth Chapter 1 as soon as possible. Thanks for sticking around. I hope to see you back here soon.